Good morning, children. Today I am going to explain the new chapter of civics, that is institutional representation of democracy. Children, before understanding the democracy, you should know about the types of government. There are three types of government. Number one, monarchy. Number two, dictatorship. And number three, democracy. Let us understand one by one. In all the world, any one type of government is found in any one of the country. First of all, understand about the monarchy. Monarchy means rule of the king. Monarchy means rule of the king. You have listened about the king, rule of the king, rule of the queen. What happened? All the powers are vested in the hands of the king. Try to understand about the government. I want to explain about government. In any type of the government, there are three organs of the government. In any type of the government, there are three organs of the government. Number one, legislature. Number two, executive, and number three, judiciary. These are three organs of the government. So in the rule of the king, yes, what are the work of these organs? Legislature means law-making body. Laws are made by legislature. Laws which are followed, which should be followed by the people, are made by legislature. It is the first organ. Second organ of the government, executive, means implementing body. Executive is implementing body. Persons who implement the laws made by legislature and who make the policies for the country, who execute these policies in the country are called executive. They are the implementing body of the government. And judiciaries solve disputes. Solve disputes means solve disputes if there are conflict among the people, there is conflict among the people and the government, different type conflict among different type of government. Who solve it? Judiciary solve it. So children, in monarchy type of government, where rule of the king, all the powers of the government, legislative power, executive power, and judiciary power, rest in the hands of king. King made legislature by his choice. King made executive by his choice. And king made judges by his choice. Legislature law-making body. Laws are made by the king and his follower and his appointed persons. Implementing body, nobles and the aristocrats, different officials of the government, they are appointed by the king. And disputes are solved by the king or the persons deputed by the king. What about people? People have no choice. People have no choice. People cannot change the king. People cannot oppose the king. People cannot criticize the king. Media is not free. Media can declare the news among the people which is passed by the king. Now, second type of government, dictatorship. Dictatorship means rule of army general. Rule of army general means if the head of the armed forces declares himself the ruler of the country, he is called the dictator. If the head of the army, head of the armed forces, declare himself the ruler of the country, then he is called the dictator. And his government is called dictatorship. All the powers of the government, all the organs of the government work under dictator. And most of the work are done by the army generals and army officials. Law-making body, legislative is made by dictator. Executive implementing bodies, those who implement the laws made by the legislature, or those who make policies, headed by dictator, army general. And judiciary, all the judges are appointed by the army general, are appointed by dictator, and they have to follow the rules and regulations made by the army general. According to their rules and regulations, they have to judge. Or maybe the judge are from the army. What about people? People have no right to oppose the general, to oppose the dictator. People have no right to remove dictator from his post. People have no right to criticize the general. Media is also not free. Media only can declare the news among the people after passing by the dictator. And third type of government is democracy. Government of the people. Means government is made by the people, government works for the people, and government is of the people. Abraham Lincoln, the president of America, defined democracy as democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Government is formed by the people. Government is of the people, and government works for the people. So all the organs of the government, legislature, executive, and judiciary, work according to the Constitution. Constitution made by Constituent Assembly and made by the people. Legislature means law-making body, the parliament, in which the people's representative sit and form the laws for the country. Executive, like President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, different types of administrative officers, they are coming from the public. Judiciary, judges, they are also the part of the public. They are separated in democracy and they are dependent to each other also. What about people? People can criticize the government. People can change the ruler. People can oppose the policy of the ruler. And media is free in democracy. Media openly criticize the policy of the government. Media openly settled, media openly settled debate among the people of different groups, those who are favoring the policy or not in the favor of the policy. And if people think that the government is not doing the work according to their wish, in the next election, people can change the government. So children, according to you, which government is the best government? Monarchy, dictatorship, or democracy for the people? Simply you will say, or all the people will say, that democracy. So in this chapter, we study about democracy in detail. Now we understand democracy in detail. Actually, democracy is made by two words, demos and kritos. Demos means pupil, kritos means rule. Democracy means rule of the people, not the rule of the dictator, not the rule of the king. The main tools of democracy are universal adult franchise, elections, political parties, and coalition government. One by one, we understand these points. Number one, universal adult franchise. It means right to vote. If all the people of the country of a particular age have the right to vote without any discrimination, and the value of each vote is same, it is called universal adult franchise. All the people of the particular age, if they are having the right to vote without any discrimination, and the value of each vote is same, it is called universal adult franchise. Children, you know, it was not given in many of the countries. By the government for a very long time. The oldest democracy, USA, God provide universal adult franchise means right to vote to all its citizens, including women, in 1920. France provide right to vote in 1814, only to those who have properties or who are rich, not all the people. Universal adult franchise completely followed in France in 1944, when the women of France got right to vote. But in India, in our constitution, it is given that all the people of the age 21 years and above have the right to vote without any discrimination, people are rich or poor, of any caste, of any religion, they are men or women, they are having the right to vote. But it was thinking that 21 years is a big age, it should be reduced. So, in 61st Amendment of our Constitution. 61st Amendment of our Constitution in 1989 the age reduced 21 to 18. Means all the people who have completed the age of 18 in India having the right to vote without any discrimination. They are rich or poor, they are male or female, they belong to any caste, any race, they belong to any community, they belong to any region, all are having the right to vote. It is called universal adult franchise. So India is a democratic country or not? Yes, India is a democratic country. We will write some merits and demerits of universal adult franchise. First of all, merits, opportunity. It provides equal opportunity to all the people. It provides opportunity to make the government of public choice, of my choice. It provides opportunity to all the people to form the government by their own choice. Second, no educational qualification is required. If a person is fully illiterate, he has the right to vote. No education qualification is required. Sovereign power of the people. No other person can dictate the people to give the vote to that particular person. It is his or her own choice to give the vote to the particular person. Nobody can pressurize us. Nobody can tell us to give the vote to that person. It is illegal. We cast our vote to our choice. Next is minority safeguard. It is the people, those who are in minority according to the religion, they provide them a safeguard. Means they are having the equal opportunity to right to vote. So government should do the work in the favor of the minority also. It provides safeguard to the minority. And it reduces the conflict, or it reduces the chances of revolution of the public. Because all the demands of the public are fulfilled by the government. If the government is not following the public demands, is not fulfilling the public demands, then people can change the government in the next election. So it reduces the possibilities of revolution. But there are some demerits also. Corruption. So many poor people are there. The corrupt leaders give bribe at the time of election to the poor people and pressurize them to give vote for that particular person. And because they are very poor, so easily they accept the bribe and give the vote to that corrupt person. It can be removed by removing power. Second, illiteracy. So many people are illiterate, they don't know about the correct leader to whom they have to vote. So they cast their vote according to their own caste, according to their own religion or relatives. So illiteracy, this should be removed by spreading education among the people. Expensive. It is very expensive because in one election, too much money is spent for the election. And this money is the public money which comes from the government by providing tax provided by the people, so it is expensive. These are some demerits, but if we compare the demerits and merits, we say that universal attendance rate is good. It should be there. Next is elections. Now children, election. Elections are very necessary in a democratic country because by election people elect their representatives and that representatives form the government. There is an election process and all the work from announcing the date of the election to announcing the result of the election is done by Election Commission. It is a separate unit of the government. It is not under the ruling party. It is not under the government, so that it can do its work fairly. Elections of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state assemblies are done by Election Commission, and elections of local bodies, Panchayati Raj, are done by State Election Commission. Head of the Election Commission is Chief Election Commissioner, and in State Election Commission it is the Chief State Election Commission. There are other election commissioners under these Chief Elections Commissioners. So what happened in election process? Date of the election is declared, and the candidate who want to be a member of the parliament or the legislative assembly, they nominate themselves. A particular date is given for nomination, fees is charged from the candidates, and in a particular day, Election Commission provided the booth, and in that booth, people cast the vote for their particular representative. It is a long process. It takes about 3 to 6 months, and people are very much excited at the time of election. Children, what are the process of election? I have told you. Importance. What is the importance? Great competition among political parties. Political parties want to show themselves better than the other political party in front of the public. So there is a great competition among the political parties, and it is healthy competition among the parties. It is in the favor of the people. It is in the favor of the country. Mobilization in political process. People become mobilized. People come forward for the election purpose, and they know about the parties, they know about the candidates, and cast their vote. Government becomes responsible to the people. The government is formed by the political party. It is responsible to the people. It is responsible to the people. If it will not do the work in the favor of the public, then in the next election, public will not cast their vote in the favor of that particular party, and that party will lose the election. So, government becomes responsible to the people. Strengthen the democracy. Election is the backbone of democracy. If backbone is strength, then democracy is strength. If backbone has strength, then the democracy has the strength. It means it is strengthen the democracy. Excitement and thrill. People have great excitement at the time of election. They discuss each other. There is a great discussion among the people for the particular parties, and there is the excitement of the people to cast their vote. Some weaknesses of our election process. Too much political parties. There are more than 700 parties registered in the Election Commission. It should be reduced. People are in great confusion that which party is better for them, because there are too much parties. So, number of parties should be reduced. Money and muscle power. Some parties use money. They give bribe to the poor voters to cast the vote in their favor. Some parties have the relation with the criminals to pressurize the voter to cast their vote in their favor. It should be removed. Booth capturing, illegal voting, bribing the voter, these type of fraud practices are also having in this process. It should be removed. Election Commission always do more and more things to conduct election free and fair. So it will be removed after some time. As the people become literate, politically literate, and poverty will be removed. So children, next, some suggestion to reform. How can we remove weaknesses? One solution is state funding. Actually, children, what happens? Political parties take money for their conducting. They take donation from the rich people. And when political party will be in power, that rich people get benefit from these political parties, or these political parties have to make policies for their benefit. Who provide their money at the time of election? So if government provide money to the parties at the time of election, then many problems of corruption in the political parties can be removed. Regular political parties, there should be regular election, internal regular election in the political parties, so that the leaders of the political parties should be elected democratically among the party members. It is seen that few leaders of the political parties always be in the top, and the common worker of the party have not the chance to come out. Women's representation, minimum 33% of the seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies must be reserved for the women, so that women can participate in the formation of the government. And the problem of the women can be solved easily if the women members were in the government in more quantity. Strict rules and implementation. Too many rules are made by the Election Commission at the time of election, but we are seeing that some rules are not following properly. Rules must be strict, and they must be followed by all the parties, by all the members of the parties, and by the people also, so that our election process must be good. Now, in the next lecture, I will explain about political parties. Thank you.